cha 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 cha.
Cha 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 cha.
Meow 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 meow.
Meow 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 meow.
Hola hola.
Hola hola.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
I mean everybody.
I mean everybody.
Hands up.
1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Otra mano.
1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon.
Jambon.
Jambo.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Negative.
Negative.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Buah.
Buah.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Bon dia.
Buon dia.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Yakshima.
Yakshimau.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Talofa.
Taloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.
What's up?
What's up? Oh my God.
So the script we gave you was just for first grade.
Tres golpes le di al candado. Tú no sirves para amores. Tienes el sueño pesado. Ay, Sandunga, Sandunga, mamá, por Dios. Sandunga no
fuerte aplauso a nuestros niños de tercer grado y su Sandunga, por favor. Big round of applause to our third graders and Sandunga. And Mr. Peter, obviamente. Buenas tardes, Dolores Huerta. Dolores nos está escuchando, así es que podemos ponerle un poquito más de energía. Buenas tardes, Dolores Huerta. Mucho mejor. Buenas tardes, Dolores Huerta, Superintendent Matthews, Commissioner Sanchez and Collins, Supervisor Safai, todavía no lo veo, colleagues and special guests. Bienvenidos. Welcome to this momentous occasion. Quiero comenzar dando las gracias a todas las personas que hicieron posible este evento. I particularly want to thank former Commissioner Hydra Mendoza and current Vice President of the Board of Education, Mark Sanchez, for their sponsoring of the resolution that made this day possible. Thank you. I want to thank all of our students for engaging in the process and evolving in their thinking. Our faculty and staff, our parent community, and community at large for their support. Special thanks go to our muralists, Maria and Elena, for countless hours designing. Yes. Yes, indeed. Countless hours designing and executing the beautiful murals right across our office. And to Maritza and Ray for their contribution to make our main mural on the school facade possible. Gracias. I think I have developed a reputation for talking a little too much. Today, however, words cannot express mi agradecimiento to our name change committee. We were a fluid and an adaptable bunch. Yet the commitment, the energy, the dedication, the excitement, and love for the idea were constants in every single act we took to get to this day. So to you, mil gracias. And mil gracias also to every single parent who helped us along the way. Our parent volunteers supporting us throughout this process. Without you, this would not have happened. So gracias, gracias, gracias. But it's not about just talk, talk, talk. Let's celebrate. Let's begin our celebration hearing our fifth graders and their own evolución.
Welcome parents, families, students, and community members to this special event. My name is Lucy Sylvester.
Bienvenidos padres, familias, estudiantes y miembros de la comunidad a este evento especial. Mi nombre es Alison Valencia.
Today we are celebrating the renaming of our school from Fairmount Elementary to Dolores Huerta Elementary. I have to be honest, when my fellow fifth grade peers and I heard the news of renaming our school, we were not happy. Many felt confused and upset because we felt as if we were losing our attachment to this school. We really didn't know who Dolores Huerta was or what she did.
Hoy celebramos el cambio de nombre de nuestra escuela de Fairmount Elementary a Dolores Huerta Elementary. Tengo que ser honesta, cuando mis compañeros de quinto grado y yo escuchamos la noticia de cambiar el nombre de nuestra escuela, no estábamos contentos. Muchos nos sentíamos confundidos y molestos porque sentíamos que estábamos perdiendo nuestro apego a esta escuela. Realmente no sabíamos quién era Dolores Huerta o lo que ella había hecho.
In class, we began learning about this person through read-alouds, watching a documentary, and hearing from other people who knew about her. Little by little, we started changing our mind because we saw what she did for the farm workers and other people. Now we think that it was a good decision that the school name was changed, as she deserves a school named after her in San Francisco.
En clase comenzamos a aprender sobre esta persona a través de libros, viendo un documental y escuchando historias de otras personas que sabían sobre ella. Poco a poco comenzamos a cambiar de opinión porque vimos lo que ella hizo por los trabajadores agrícolas y otras personas. Ahora pensamos que fue una buena decisión cambiar el nombre de la escuela, ya que ella merece una escuela que lleve su nombre en San Francisco.
The fifth graders were lucky enough to have been elected for the mural project. We began to brainstorm ideas on what would go on the wall. We thought it would be a good idea to show the work that she did in order for the farm workers to have their rights. Through this mural, we want to show the community that our school is teaching students how to advocate for themselves and others.
Los estudiantes de quinto grado tuvieron la suerte de haber sido elegidos para el proyecto mural. Comenzamos a hacer una lluvia de ideas sobre lo que iría en la pared. Pensamos que sería una buena idea mostrar el trabajo que hizo para que los trabajadores agrícolas tengan sus derechos. A través de este mural queremos mostrar a la comunidad que esta escuela les está enseñando a los estudiantes cómo abogar por sí mismos y por los demás.
Today we feel proud to be named Dolores Huerta Elementary. We hope that the future students that attend this school follow the example of Dolores Huerta.
Hoy nos sentimos orgullosos de ser nombrados Dolores Huerta Elementary. Esperamos que los futuros estudiantes que asistan a esta escuela sigan el ejemplo de Dolores Huerta.
Thank you and have a great rest of your day.
Gracias y que tengan un excelente día.
Gracias, Lucy y Allison. That's what education is supposed to do. Help the kids come to their own conclusions. Invitamos a Superintendent Dr. Matthews to give us some remarks. Bienvenido.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a great day. You know, yesterday it rained. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but when you're doing something extremely special and extremely important, look how the sun comes out. I want to thank the students, families, teachers, the school staff, and the community leaders who are here today. In order for an event like this to happen, it takes great leadership, so I want to acknowledge our school board vice president, Mr. Mark Sanchez, who is here, and you'll be hearing from him in a few minutes. I want to also acknowledge our former assembly member and former Board of Education Commissioner, Tom Amiano, who's here. And a special thank you to Principal Rodriguez. It is truly my honor and quite a privilege to be here today to celebrate the renaming of this school to Dolores Huerta Elementary School, and what an honor it is to have Dolores Huerta herself here in attendance. She has dedicated her life to fighting for civil and human rights of those who are oppressed and disenfranchised. These are the values that we teach our students each and every day here in San Francisco Unified, and that we strive to embody as educators. In fact, some of our school district's core values are exactly what Ms. Huerta has dedicated her entire life to persist through challenges, and to make sure that she stands for the rights of those most vulnerable in the community. Here in this district, our vision is to provide the opportunity for every student to become multilingual and multicultural. Multilingualism and multiculturalism are assets we aim to develop and nurture in our students. It is an essential part of the graduate profile as we prepare our students for the skills that they will need to be successful in this 21st century. We have over 70 language programs in our schools throughout the district. The school-wide Spanish dual immersion program here at Dolores Huerta Elementary School offers students at least half of their instruction in Spanish from kindergarten through the 5th grade. This passion for social justice and the commitment to serving its community are evident here at Dolores Huerta Elementary. This school, bearing the name of a lifelong champion for these ambitions, is a great honor for the school district, for our entire city, and it is our honor, and we thank you for allowing us to name the school after you. Thank you so much.
Gracias, Superintendente. Ahora vamos a invitar al primer grado que en colaboración con la Ópera Guild de San Francisco desarrolló un proyecto sobre héroes. We welcome our first graders who, in collaboration with San Francisco Opera Guild, developed a project about heroes. Démosle un fuerte aplauso a nuestros niños de primer grado, por favor.
Dolores Huerta is a hero. When you save people, when they're in trouble, stand up for yourself or others, then you are a hero. 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 Dolores Huerta was a teacher. Her students had no shoes. She asked her mothers why. The women said to her, "They don't have money. They don't have shoes. They don't have medicine. They don't have food." She kept telling them, "It's not fair, stick together. Fight with your words." And the women stuck together, working hard. Keep working, keep fighting, never get up. Keep working, keep fighting, never get up. Keep working. march.
Sí, se puede.
Sí, se puede.
¡Viva la huelga!
¡Viva la huelga!
¡Viva la causa!
¡Viva la causa! Dolores worked together with Cesar Chavez. They stood up for all the farm workers. They stood up for all in solidarity. They stood up for all the people.
¡Sí, se puede!
¡Sí, se puede!
¡Viva la huelga!
¡Viva la huelga!
¡Viva la causa!
¡Viva la causa! Dolores the peacemaker. People didn't agree with her. She went to jail. If they hit her, she did it back. She followed the way of Gandhi and MLK. 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 She is a warrior. How can warriors fight without guns? Our hero Dolores has a superpower. She uses her words to fight. She uses her words. She uses her words. Violence and fighting with your body. Violence makes it worse. But what do you do? Fight what you say. Fight with what you do. Fight with what you say. Stand up for your rights. Life is better that way. Tweet others the way you want to be tweeted. A hero changes the world. A hero saves the world. We can all be heroes. Fight with what you do. Follow what you say. Stand up for your rights. Life is better that way. Working together to do the right thing. Working together to do the right thing. Working together to do the right thing.
Wow, wow, wow. Démosle otro fuerte aplauso a nuestros niños de primer grado. All I have to say is I am glad I'm not following this. But someone else is, and that someone is Commissioner Mark Sanchez, Vice President of the School Board. Pásale al frente, por favor. Fuerte el aplauso. Good luck, Commissioner.
Dolores Huerta students are so beautiful. Dolores Huerta, you are my hero. You're the hero of my family. You're a hero for all of us. I want to read the resolution that President Hydra Mendoza, whose children attended this school, and I wrote in October, and it passed by the entire Board of Education. Whereas Fairmount Elementary at 65 Chenery Street is a renowned school with a long history of providing excellent academic opportunities to the neighborhood community and across San Francisco, the school is highly sought after by families who value its school-wide Spanish dual immersion program. And whereas Fairmount was founded circa 1864, and by many accounts established the first PTA in the state of California. And whereas, according to the Glen Park Neighborhoods History Project founder Evelyn Rose, Fairmount School has a significant history and legacy. The Fairmount Tract, which later became known as Fairmount Heights, platted during the Civil War, is one of the oldest neighborhoods in San Francisco. For more than 150 years, Fairmount School has educated generations of San Francisco children on land once owned by José de Jesus Noé, the last Mexican alcalde of Yerba Buena. You brought the sun, the politicians brought the wind. Whereas, the Fairmount community, I can barely hold this paper now. The Fairmount community is dedicated to ensuring that all of its students, 71% Latino, 13% white, 5% African American, have access to an education with a strong commitment to the development of their creativity, equity, empathy, self-reflection, and deep love of learning. And whereas the community has committed itself to the proposition of renaming the school to Dolores Huerta Elementary School because Huerta has dedicated her life to improving the lives of others, in her work, in her battle to provide access to the disenfranchised, to the voiceless, to the hopeless, and to the oppressed, in her commitment to creating a space of awareness and justice based on evidence of hard work, sweat, tears, and blood, in her own unwavering resolve to deliver a message of a better tomorrow, Dolores Huerta has become an institution herself, an institution that safeguards and fights for civil and human rights of those who feel the system is encroaching on their dignity and efforts to thrive. Huerta, with Cesar Chavez, co-founded the United Farm Workers and helped organize the Delano grape strike in 1965. She was the lead negotiator in the workers' contract that was created following the strike. She is the originator of the phrase, "Si se puede." Si se puede. We'll get there. And whereas Dolores Huerta has received numerous awards for her advocacy, including the Eugene V. Debs Foundation Outstanding American Award, the United States Presidential Eleanor Roosevelt Award for Human Rights, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. She was the first Latina inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. Therefore, be it resolved that the San Francisco Board of Education accept the Fairmount community's proposal to rename the school to Dolores Huerta Elementary School. And as the superintendent said, thank you, Dolores Huerta, for allowing us to name this school after you. And thank you to the Huerta school community. You've done an amazing, brilliant job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. And now we are going to invite a special guest to come up, and that is Supervisor Asha Safai for some remarks, please. Welcome. Second grade, get ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. You can do better than that. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. That's one of the only times we want you to yell, right? My name is Supervisor Asha Safai. I represent the Excelsior, the Outer Mission. See a lot of the families here today, many of whom went to school with my kids, right? Good to see you guys. I am so honored to be here on this historic day for the ribbon cutting and the naming of this school after one of our great heroes, Dolores Huerta. The name Dolores Huerta signifies a hardworking, inspirational, and dedicated leader who not only helped to shape this state, but to help to shape this nation. And if ever there were a time that the work that she did and the sacrifice that she gave was more important, that is this time, this now, in this era, with the challenges that we are faced, for everything that you fought for and dedicated your life toward. May we be reminded today of the sacrifice that she gave personally, and she worked shoulder to shoulder for the powerless, those that had no voice. And if any of you all understand what that means, and the kids, what that means is, when someone has no voice, that means literally they are not being heard and they are not being listened to because people believe that they don't matter. To all the students that will walk in these halls going forward, you are walking amongst the legacy of a giant. And know that every step that you take going forward, remember that you are doing it in the spirit of dedication and sacrifice. You will be empowered and be present in every step that you take. Be bold, be brave, and never let anyone tell you that you cannot do what you dream to do. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter the color of your skin or the country of your origin or your background. That is what the beauty of this country is, and that's what the beauty of the woman sitting there that we're going to name this today, what she taught all of us. I want to thank Principal Rodriguez for your hard work and dedication over the last few years since you've taken leadership of this school. I want to thank Principal Matthews. Yes, round of applause for Principal Rodriguez. I want to thank the Board of Education. Thank you, Mark Sanchez. Thank you, former President Amiano of the Board of Supervisors, Assemblyman, and Educator Amiano, for everything that you have done. And I'm here on behalf of the Board of Supervisors in the City and County of San Francisco to say congratulations. This is so important for our city. I want to thank all the families, all the children that made this day possible, because without you embracing this and without your leadership, this day wouldn't happen. And of course, the teachers for all the sacrifice and work that you do. I'm going to just present a quick, to the principal, a certificate of honor on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, thanking the educators, the staff, and the families for all their hard work in education and work that they've done to this city, and may you help to continue and shape the next generation. Thank you very much. I'll present this to the principal. May the spirit of Dolores Huerta live on in each and every one of you. Que viva! Que viva Dolores Huerta! Que viva! All right.
We will display this proudly. Thank you, Supervisor. Ahora creo que necesitamos escuchar the voice of the people. Choir is second grade. Pasen al frente, por favor. Si estás en coro, pasa al frente y el segundo grado, por favor.
Félix, pantalón abajo.
You sit in the rain in the crowd. But this time, literally. Harder.
The second graders, come on. You guys are back. Come front. All the phones is fine. Here we go.
Martin Luther King was a voice of the people, a voice of the people, a voice of the people. Martin Luther King was a voice of the people. He helped people get their rights.
Sojourner Truth.
Sojourner Truth was a voice of the people, a voice of the people, a voice of the people. Sojourner Truth was a voice of the people. He helped people get their rights. George Washington Carver was a voice of the people, a voice of the people, a voice of the people. George Washington Carver was a voice of the people. He helped people get their a voice of the people. I am a voice of the people. We are living Martin Luther King's dream. We are living Martin Luther King's dream. We are living Martin Luther King's dream.
Gracias, segundo grado y coro. ¿Se puede? Uy, tenemos que mejorar en esto. ¿Se puede? Claro que sí se puede. Dolores nos dijo que sí se puede way before Obama. Yes, we can. Así es que hay que acordarnos de eso. We have a special moment right now, and I want to invite Evelyn Rose, the founder of our Glen Park Historic Association or project. Evelyn, welcome. Démosle un fuerte aplauso a Evelyn, por favor. Tenemos un proyecto especial.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. What a day, huh? All right. So I want to thank you, Mr. Rodriguez, and the members of the Name Transition Committee, the PTA student and parents for today, this glorious day. It's a pleasure to be here today also with the representatives of the San Francisco Unified School District, the Board of Supervisors, and of course, it's a very special honor to be here with Ms. Dolores Huerta. So the Fairmont District has a long and rich history. In 1776, after selecting the sites for the Presidio and Mission Dolores, the Juan Bautista de Anza party were the first Europeans to exit the northern San Francisco Peninsula through this very district, over a gentle pass between today's Fairmont Hill and Bernal Heights, Bernal Hill behind us. And it was a route that was likely following a well-worn trail that had already been established by our local Native Americans, the Muwekma Ohlone. When we compare early maps of what was called the Old Mission Road with modern street maps, that well-worn route ran right through this property between Chenery and Arlington Streets, and it was at the time considered the only, quote, natural route out of San Francisco, the easiest route to go south. When the route of the San Francisco-San Jose Railway was established in 1862, at the start of the Civil War, along what is now San Jose Avenue behind me, a new residential district, one of the oldest in our city now, was first laid out, the Fairmont Homestead. The association president was California pioneer Richard Chenery, which that name might seem familiar to you. As one of the oldest districts in San Francisco, over time, Fairmont has become linked with important histories in agriculture, immigration, civil rights, railroads, aviation firsts, post-1906 earthquake recovery, mid-20th century redevelopment, and environmentalism, many of those which link our neighborhood's legacy with the legacy of Ms. Huerta. Then in 1864, the first Fairmont school welcomed students, making it one of the oldest continuously active schools in San Francisco. And for that reason, a plaque is being placed to commemorate the legacy of Fairmont School in the Fairmont District. So we can go ahead and unveil, and I'll read it for you. So the plaque will say, the historic Fairmont School. The first Fairmont School welcomed students in 1864, just 2 years after the founding of the Fairmont District by Richard Chenery, James Laidley, and C.C. Bemis. New school buildings at 65 Chenery Street were constructed in 1867, 1877, 1917, and 1977. There's certainly something with lucky sevens in there. With a continuously active PTA since 1923 and the brave decision of teaching Spanish bilingual education since 1974, Fairmont, now Dolores Huerta Elementary, is determined to continue embracing what is just and doing what is right for generations to come. And it will have the plaque dedication date of today with the support of students, teachers, and parents of Dolores Huerta Elementary School, Fairmont residents, the San Francisco Unified School District, and the Glen Park Neighborhoods History Project. So we're just very honored to have this important legacy of the school here in our district, and now having it, after 155 years, to be named for Dolores Huerta. It's truly an honor to be here with you today.
Thank you, Evelyn, for that wonderful plaque and the work that you put into making it possible. The plaque is going to be on Chenery Street, where we have the sign right now that says Fairmont University. Fairmont University. Fairmont Elementary. There is a little plaque on the sidewalk. We're going to be adding, we're working on how we're going to make this visible to everybody. So thank you, Evelyn, for the hard work. Fuerte el aplauso. Gracias. That gives me time to get my papers. I also want to recognize United Educators of San Francisco. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Siendo que Dolores es un ícono del trabajo y de los sindicatos, queremos reconocer a USF por estar aquí y también al Sindicato de Administradores de San Francisco, UASF, también está presente. Así es que muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. Thank you for being here. And all the members of the Superintendent's Cabinet, gracias. The genesis to change the name of our school was shared in August at the board meeting and with our different community members throughout this process. Yet, I think it is important that we revisit the motivation behind it. In a political environment where being a person of color is generally devalued and being of Mexican descent is equated with being a criminal. In a political environment where ignorance of the other turns into hatred of the different. And in the context of our mission and of sharing our Spanish language and our cultura latina, the idea of changing the name of the school to one that better transmitted acceptance and inclusion began to take shape. A school, at the most basic of its functions, is supposed to lay the foundations. I need a page turn. To lay the foundations that will support the improvement of the lives of the children who attend it. A school is an institution of learning, an institution with the responsibility to help students build bridges of understanding instead of walls that segregate. And where we teach our students the power of voice, the power of presence, the power of being, the power of standing up for dignity and fighting for equity. An institution with a responsibility to teach our students to stand up for justice and to challenge the status quo, which perpetuates systems of oppression where only a few privileged ones get to decide the fate of the many. Therefore, we began to think about who embodied qualities that aligned with what we are trying to instill in our students. Respect for others, working to effect a positive change, being relentless and consistent, standing up for dignity, and fighting for justice, giving voice to those whose voice has been historically muffled or silenced, defending the basic right of a human being to exist. We knew it was important to select someone representative of our Latino community, someone who possessed strong principles and the conviction of resisting injustice and creating a more just world. After several conversations with like-minded individuals, we found the person we believe embodies these qualities. She is someone who personifies the struggle, the persistence, the endurance, the commitment, and the conviction of fighting for justice, and not just us. By adopting the name of a strong Latina leader, we also want to send a message of empowerment to all our female students, and particularly our female students of color. Hoy hacemos historia. And we are making history today because the woman who lent her name to our school made history the moment she decided to stand up when it was easier to stand down. When she decided to speak up when it was easier to remain silent. When she demanded better working conditions when it was expected to be content just by having a job. When she decided to bring greater change to more communities rather than being relegated to acquiescence and subservience. When she was brutalized for leading a protest when it would have been easier to pronounce a statement from a safer perch. Ella es lucha. Ella es historia. Ella es legado. Ella es Dolores Huerta.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Matthews. Thank you very much, all of you that are here today, Superintendent Sanchez, and our principal, Rodriguez, Tamamiano, my good friend. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Senator Weiner, thank you also for joining us. And all of the people of the administration here, and I want to thank them for this great honor of naming this school after me. And I want to thank the parents and the students for supporting that decision. Les quiero dar las gracias a todos ustedes por esta decisión, este honor tan grande que me han obligado aquí, otorgado para nombrar esta escuela en mi nombre. I have seen by all of the beautiful performances that we have seen today that this school is about justice and about human rights for everybody. So, he visto con las presentaciones que han dado aquí los estudiantes que esta escuela se dedica a la justicia, ¿no? Y a los derechos humanos de toda la gente. So, por eso le quiero dar las gracias. We know we have a lot of work to do, especially for our students. We know that education is the foundation of our democracy. We know that if we do not have an educated citizenry, the powerful and the greedy will rule our country. Nosotros sabemos que la educación es la fundación de nuestra democracia. Y sabemos que si no tenemos un país, un pueblo educado, que los avariciosos y los poderosos van a ser los que mandan a nuestro país. We all want to work for the day where all of you students that are sitting here today, that you will have, hopefully, by the time that you graduate from high school, that we will be able to have a free college education for every single one of you. Esperamos y tenemos que trabajar para que un día, ojalá, que cuando estos estudiantes aquí se reciben de su preparatoria, cuando terminan su preparatoria, que a nosotros trabajemos muy duro para que llegamos a ver ese día que todos los estudiantes que están aquí presentes, que cuando ellos llegan a ese momento, que podemos tener una educación de universidad y de colegio, pero que sea gratis para todos ellos, ¿no? Que no se quede ni un niño para atrás. We don't want not even one child to be left behind. I think we also have to look forward to the day when our teachers will be compensated, that they will paid, properly paid for the work that they do. También queremos trabajar muy duro para llegar al día cuando todos nuestros maestros que trabajan tan duro para todos, que ellos sean compensados y que se les paguen en realidad por el trabajo que ellos hacen, porque ahorita sabemos que ellos necesitan mucha ayuda. And also, with the help of our our legislators that are here present and our education leaders that, yes, we will see the day where we will have art and music in every single classroom in our educational system. También tenemos que trabajar para el día que tengamos arte y música y baile. I've got dancing also, that we will have that also in every one of our schools. So we know that we have a lot of work to do. And I want to say to the students, tenemos mucho trabajo que hacer. Y le quiero decir a todos los estudiantes, so estamos hablando de la justicia. I want to say to all the students here that we're talking about justice, but it doesn't happen by itself. We have to work very hard to make it happen. And the one thing that we can do to make sure that we get justice for everybody is that we have to study hard. We have to learn our lessons. And remembering this, whatever we learn, nobody can ever take it away from us. Nobody can ever take it away from the things that we have in our head that we learn. Nobody can steal it from us. It is a treasure that nobody can take away. Y le quiero decir a los estudiantes que si queremos alcanzar la justicia, tenemos que estudiar muy duro. Tenemos que estudiar muy duro. Y tenemos que saber que lo que nosotros aprendemos, nadie nos lo puede robar. Ese es un tesoro que nosotros vamos a tener en nuestros cuerpos y nadie se los puede quitar. And I want to say one thing very important, especially to our teachers and everybody. We want to end the hatred in our society. We want to make sure that people really respect each other. Y queremos terminar el odio. Queremos terminar el odio en nuestra sociedad. So one thing we have to remember is that we are all related. Did you know that? Do you know that we are all related? Because we are one human race. Una cosa que tenemos que saber es que todos somos parientes, porque somos solo una raza humana. And I want to remind everybody where our human race came from. Y les quiero acordar de dónde vino nuestra raza humana. So I'm going to ask a question and see if somebody knows. Voy a hacer la pregunta a ver si alguien sabe. Where did our human race begin? Where? All right, that's right. Our human race began in Africa. Nuestra raza humana empezó en África. So what does that mean? That means that we are all Africans. Eso quiere decir que todos somos africanos, okay? Todos somos africanos. So I want everybody, please take the hand of the person next to you. Por favor, agarre la mano de la persona que está a tu lado. Everybody, take your hand. Hold hands, everybody. Everybody back there. Everybody, hold hands. Hold the hand of the person next to you. Hold the hand of the person next to you. Hold the hand of the person next to you. And then I want you to say to the person next to you, hello, relative. Yes. Hello, relative. Hola, pariente. Hola, pariente. So let's remember that, okay? Let's remember that. Let's remember that. Because if we are all, this is important, okay? This is very, very important. If we are all related, if we are all Africans, okay? That means that we have to help each other out. It means we have to support each other. Si todos somos parientes, si todos somos africanos, nosotros nos tenemos que apoyar uno al otro. Nos tenemos que ayudar uno al otro. That means that if we see somebody who needs help, we don't have to wait for them to ask us. We know that we have to help them. Si miramos una persona que necesita ayuda, tenemos obligación a ayudarles sin que ellos nos pidan ayuda. Because when we come to this school of justice, that means that we are committing our lives to justice. Cuando vinimos a esta escuela de justicia, estamos comprometiendo nuestra vida para justicia. We're committing to make our world a better place, all right? So, estamos comprometiendo a hacer un mundo mejor para todos. So, I want to thank you all. Les quiero dar las gracias de vuelta. And I know that working together, as you said in your song and your performances, that we are going to make a better world for everybody. Así como dijeron en sus canciones que cantaron, que todos vamos a trabajar juntos para hacer un mundo mejor para todos, empezando aquí en la ciudad de San Francisco, starting right here in the city of San Francisco, the city of love and the city of justice, la ciudad de justicia y de amor. So, I'm going to ask you all then a very simple little question, and I want you to give me the answer. And never forget that you have power. Nunca se les olvida que tienen poder. And the question I want to ask you, and this is for everybody, for the students, the teachers, the administrators, all of our friends that are joining us here today. Esta pregunta es para todos, nuestros amigos, los padres que están aquí, los parientes, los estudiantes, los legisladores, los administradores. The question is a very simple one. I'm going to ask you, if we want justice, who's going to get that justice, right? It's got to be us. So I'm going to ask you, who's got the power? I'm going to ask you who's got the power, and I want you to say, we've got the power. And when I say, what kind of power, I want you to say, people power. Can you do that? Okay, let's go. But I want you to shout it loud so that the haters can hear us, okay? The haters, the racists, the homophobes, the misogynists, the sexual harassers, all of them, we want them to hear us, okay? The climate deniers, okay? Let's go. Okay, let me say it in Spanish. Les voy a preguntar, ¿quién tiene el poder? Porque si buscamos la justicia, tenemos que tener el poder para hacerlo. So les voy a preguntar, ¿quién tiene el poder? Quiero que ustedes digan, nosotros. ¿Y qué clase de poder? El poder de la gente. All right? Let me repeat that because I know I talked a lot in between. So the question I'm going to ask, who's got the power? You're going to say, we've got the power. What kind of power? People power. All right? Can we do that? But we shout it really loud, right? So all the haters can hear us. Okay? All the neo-Nazis, all them people out there. Okay, let's go. Ready? Are you ready? Who? Okay, let's go. Everybody back there too, on the sides. Let's go. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? People power. Okay, so are we going to study hard? Are we going to study hard? Are we going to work for justice? Are we going to help each other out? Okay, wait, what do we say? ¿Se puede o no se puede? Sí se puede. Okay, let's do it all together with an organized hand clap. Let's go. Sí se puede. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. You're honored. You're very humble by your decision. Thank you.
Fuerte el aplauso para Dolores Huerta. Vamos a continuar. Nos podemos sentar, todavía faltan como 2-3 minutitos más, ¿ok? Porque vamos ahora a presentarle a la señora Dolores el mural que desafortunadamente no hemos terminado. We're going to present to Dolores Huerta the mural that our 5th graders were referencing at the beginning. And we want her, through the unveiling of the mural and the cutting of the ribbon, to formally call ourselves Dolores Huerta Elementary. So vamos a hacer...
Siéntense, por favor. Jonathan, sit down. Lalo. Everyone needs to sit down, please. Todos, siéntase, por favor. Gracias. Quedan 2 minutitos más. 2 more minutes. Before we continue, I want to recognize our legislator, Scott Wiener, for taking the time to be here. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And we have some gifts and presents for our Dolores Huerta. We have Brenda, who is going to help us with the giving of the presents. These are all mostly creations by our own students. Esos fueron obras de arte creadas por nuestros propios estudiantes en su mayoría. Así es que se los presentamos. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Maritza. Y gracias, Emilio, Ved, Pedro, Marco, Caleb, Emma y Donovan. Vengan acá enfrente, por favor, para que esté más accesible. Preséntenle el cuadro a la señora Dolores. This art piece was made by second graders. And it's a beautiful, can you turn around para que lo vean la audiencia, por favor? Pedro y Donovan. Póngalo en el suelo. Ver y Emilio le presentan tarjetas hechas por los niños también. Whatever we give her is not enough to really show how much we appreciate what she's done, not just for our school, but for all of us through the human rights work that she's done, fighting for our farmers who feed us all the time. So this is just a little token, but we want to say gracias, mil gracias. Y tenemos un ramo de flores más, muchísimas gracias, y una carta para la señora Dolores Huerta. Y una de las cosas más importantes, la obra maestra del Name Change Committee, que decidió poner todo su esfuerzo para crear este ícono, igual como lo es Dolores Huerta. ¿Y saben qué? ¿Se puede?
Y con esto, le damos las gracias otra vez a Dolores. Big round of applause to Dolores. Thank you for making the time to come. So, vamos a permitirle a Dolores, gracias por el kinder, gracias primero. La señora Dolores va a salir primero antes que todos para asegurarnos de que está bien, de que está segura. So, Ms. Dolores is going to make her way to the top where she's going to be signing posters and you can line up. But we have to make sure that Dolores makes it to the top first. So before anybody moves, let's make sure that she is able to get to the top so that she can wait for you and start lining up and then getting the posters done. We are also having our community fiesta in the lower yard. We have wonderful Aztec dancers that are going to be honoring us and celebrating with us and blessing this day with us. And then we're going to have some music and some paletas. So first, Dolores has to go up. Muchísimas gracias. Papás, si nos pueden ayudar a llevar las sillas a los salones, se los agradecemos, papás. Maestros, dejen a sus niños sentados, por favor. Dejen a sus niños sentados, por favor. Vamos a permitir que Dolores pase primero allá arriba. Así es que primero vamos a dejar que Dolores salga y después todos vamos a salir.